The master category section every week is when we get to talk about the tokens we drew the week before. Patrick, what token did you have?
Art and design. That's right. And it's my favorite. And so this week,
So many fingers.
Now I'm just imagining the Trollolo guy. The 360 finger.
Do we have YouTube clearance to do that song?
As soon as we finish this episode, I'm just going to go sit right here and listen to that.
Use anything on YouTube if you're on the same platform.
No, we get access to it, right?
No.
We're part owners in YouTube right now,
correct?
Yeah,
sure, right. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, we have a share. Okay, so if you listen to the first part of this episode, which if you didn't, go listen to the first part of this episode. But I talked about the Baron Fig Squire, but I also teased the fact that there's a new product from Baron Fig, and that is the Stone. Now, the Squire was the Kickstarter edition Squire. Well, what does that mean? It means that to get it, you had to have backed a certain project on Kickstarter, and that is the bags. So we talked about this on the show. This was several months ago. I mean, 6 months ago, something like that. But
it's been a bit, yeah.
They released a series of bags. There was a backpack, there was a tote, and there was a not a clutch, a handbag. I don't know.
A messenger bag.
A messenger bag. Golly, I don't have a messenger bag.
He said clutch.
Do y'all think messenger bags are pretentious?
No.
I hope not, because I got one.
Yeah, so everybody that disagrees with me, tweet that.
Not as much as totes.
I know, but a tote makes, I understand the purpose of a tote. I wasn't a tote person.
Totes make sense?
Oh, totes but goats.
They can carry a lot of weight comfortably.
Hey, I carry a lot of weight comfortably.
Well, I don't know how comfortably it is.
We all do. All right, so the thing is that the bags. So I backed it. I got one of the bags. I did the whole set, and it just came in yesterday. This is brand new. I haven't even checked any of the features, but I'm going to show it off to you, and I'm going to rattle some of them off as well. So if you're listening to the audio version, I'll do my best to explain it. But again, video is where you're going to see it. So here we go with the bag. Now, let me go and tell you this.
He's got two turntables, but he ain't got totes. Where it's at.
I had a choice in the bags, and roughly there wasn't a huge price
you
difference.
You guys totally just ignored that whole
thing.
thing.
I knew it was happening. That was, yeah. The reason I chose the backpack, and the reason I chose the backpack is because in talking with Joey, who is one of the kind of founders and owners of Baron Fig,
Joey Kafuffle.
Yeah, basically the bag was the thing that they spent all the time with initially. It wasn't until they got farther in the process they decided to add the other two. And not that I think the other two are going to be lesser quality, but I do. Say it again?
They're afterthoughts.
Yes, I don't think the quality is going to be less, like the craftsmanship, but the fact is the thinking and the ideating that was going into this was going primarily into the backpack, which is the reason I got the backpack. Now, I got the wine version. So there's 3 versions. There is a wine, a gray, and a blue. And after it's been produced, the blue's a bit softer color than it was initially. It looked more almost like a navy, I think, when we were seeing it before. Let me say this. I think the blue is beautiful.
Oh,
it's like a light steel color. It's actually the Pixel 2 blue, Luke. It's a little bit similar to that one, the almost blue or whatever it's called.
Bright blue.
It's called Blue Slate. It looks awesome.
It looks great. So I'll go and tell you right now, the reason, so I bought this bag for my wife, which is the reason I got the wine. It is a slim bag, which is what you're going to see. Me being 6'7" and 300 and something pounds, I don't think the slim bag is going to compliment me very well.
Did you get the child's version? Because that is very small for you.
It's going to look like I'm gone my way to kindergarten. So I didn't buy this for me. This is for my wife. If I was going to buy it for me, I would get the blue. The blue looks sick. But here's the idea. So this is the bag. It
looks like you still have the bag from kindergarten. Because if you look at kindergartners with backpacks, it looks like they're carrying a adventure pack going.
It's like dragging the ground behind them while they're walking.
Yes.
Yeah. That's not what I look like in kindergarten.
No.
It looked like I had a hobo's knapsack around my shoulders. So it was polka dot too. Okay, so the idea here, you're going to notice, look how slim the bag is. This is crazy. So the fact is, what do you carry? You carry your laptop, You carry headphones. You carry some charging cables. If you're a Mac user, you have about 15 dongles that you have to bring around.
A dime bag.
A dime bag, obviously. A couple
Dongle
books,
bag.
whatever. You do not need a bag that's 3 times the size. So they're not trying to win we have 20% more volume than the next guy. That's not what they're working on. What they're working on is something that fits the 80% of people very, very well and very comfortably. And so that's the reason the slim profile is there. The other thing that they're really big about, and let me see if I can do this gracefully, is that it is lay flat. And so if you'll remember, the notebooks...
Like books.
Huh?
Just like their books.
Exactly, just like their books. How awesome is it going to be if a zipper gets stuck right now and I can't
It's
actually
not good.
unzip this bag?
I'll tell you, it's not good.
We're back.
Who knows? So the thing is, it lays flat. And it lays flat, I mean, the exact same way all their notebooks do, completely open, which is great because you can drop it on a table, neatly place all your stuff in it, close it up. And also, if you open it, you can get to everything. My backpack in college became a bit of a mystery of what my hand was going to pull out by the time I got into the
Strangely
back
enough,
half.
it was
That's
always
because
a
you
ham
would throw
sandwich.
deli meats in there.
Yeah.
We
So
both
like,
thought the same thing.
like my hand would never go past like 25% of the way down. And if I got brave and ventured even further into the depths, there's no telling. So this is not the case because this completely flat opens up. What you can also do is you could potentially, if you're somewhere, you could hang this and then you have just access to all the sleeves and it could hang and you could use it while you're working.
So you would not carry that as backpack. It's more of a desk organizer.
Yeah, that's what this is, desk organizer. Okay. Now let me say this with the zippers, because this zipper just got caught on me, and it doesn't look like it was a stuck zipper from fabric. Zippers together, when it was closed, it was caving in like this, and it was getting caught on the ridges. I had to pull the bag to stretch the zipper flat so I could move it up and down. I do not know if it's going to wear in well, or if it's going to get worse, or if it's. I mean, like right now it's fine. But that's what was, and maybe it's just shipping.
Maybe it's just the very first time.
So we
it's
should
just off
say
of the
this
production
is not
run.
a paid advertisement. This is a real life review.
Yeah. And so again, it's not doing it now. Maybe it doesn't do it again. But
it actually looks like it's running pretty smoothly now.
Yeah, no. Now it feels great. Maybe it's just settling while it was shipping. It just settled in a weird way, and now it's totally good. But that's what that snafu just was. It wasn't getting caught in the fabric, and it feels like a really hefty zipper. All this stitching is really nice.
It looks really hefty from here.
All that kind of stuff. It's just that, again, those zippers had just kind of caved in, and so it got stuck.
The zipper is like 1/10 of the thickness of the bag.
Yeah, they are. Okay, so the other cool thing, and again, there's just tons of pockets. There's no reason for me to show them all to you. There's got to be 15 or whatever different pockets and zips and places to hang stuff, all different sizes. But a very cool thing that it does have is it has, they call it a sling pocket, I believe. And the idea with the sling, gosh, that blue looks so good. The idea with the sling pocket, swing, is that it's right here on the side. And so if you're wearing the backpack and you swing it over, you can access it without taking it off your shoulder. And so like you could put your wallet here or something like that. And actually, this gives you wouldn't put your wallet here because this gives you access to the entire compartment. There is so you have access to the full compartment, but then there is also a sewn in pocket you could reach into as well. So there's two side by side, if that makes sense. So
yeah.
The point is, that's the other thing, is the swing pocket. So slim profile, open flat, swing pocket. Zipper was a little funky. Maybe we're past that. But all the quality, all the straps, all the buckles. This, like your JanSport. It feels like
Bear and Fig.
Like your JanSport you had for 20 years, and it looks basically like the day you took it off the shelf, just dusty. This feels and looks like it's going to hold up just as well as that. Sure. Like, this isn't going to fall apart in a month. So yeah, very, very exciting. So I know that.
I mean, I carry this, again, it's not a paid endorsement, right? But I carry my Bear and Fig everywhere that I go. I mean, there is a Bear and Fig notebook at every desk that I have and in every bag.
Yeah, I mean, if you own any of their stuff, you just know it's quality. Great. Yeah. So here's what I would say. If you're looking for a backpack, get it. I wouldn't hesitate on this at all. I think the price and all that kind of stuff, I think it's totally reasonable. That being said, this is a great time to tell you the price. It's $85. I think it's an awesome backpack you're going to continue using. My caveat I am not getting one, and I'm not getting one for the exact reason I said. It is a slim, small bag. It is meant for probably an average person. It's just that really the 3 people that are talking to you right now are not average sized people.
Right.
And so I would look like an idiot if I actually tried to use this bag. In fact, I'll try to take a picture of me with the bag on and Instagram it out. I was going to say Twitter, but I don't have Twitter. I'll Instagram it out so you can see it on me. But I will also get my wife to take a picture with it on so you can see what a normal person looks like with it. But the bag is great. If it did come in like an extra large size, then I would totally own one. I think they're beautiful. But hopefully my wife is going to love it. And get the blue. Golly.
I got the messenger bag.
Uh-huh.
And I think I got the blue. I think I got the blue version of it. I can't remember. It's hard to know because when you do Kickstarter, you don't select some of that stuff until they send that survey. Yeah. And so once you do the survey, I don't think you can access that survey again. I tried looking up to see which one I got, but
you can email them, but once they go into production, you can't do anything. Mackenzie, I'm sure, probably wanted the messenger bag, but we have so many messenger bags in our house. Like, it is stupid how many totes. No, I'm sorry, not messenger bag, totes. Mackenzie wanted the tote. That's what I meant to say. We have so many totes in our house. Incredibly too many. But B, it's what I said before, that this is the one that the majority of the ideating went into.
Too many.
So the messenger bag is, I think, going to function a lot like a messenger bag. The tote will function a lot like a tote. It's not necessarily going to be innovative in that way. It's just going to be very, very high quality. But I think the bag is where you're going to see a bit more of the kind of innovative ideas. So, dude, I hope you love yours. And I'll probably, get to see it in a couple weeks. I'm guessing you'll carry it with you.
I'll bring it with me. Yep.
Cool deal. Well, Andrew, why don't you go and pick it up from there?
All right. So, like I said earlier, I had, I have toys and games, and I got something in the mail from our friends over at Keymaster Games. We've talked to them and about them several times. They produce Control, and they produced Campy Creatures with Josh Emmerich. So we've great friends with these guys. Well, they have a new Kickstarter that's up right now. It's called Claims of Gold, and it's another game they've been working on. It's a tabletop game. And they sent me a playtest version. So this is not the final box.
You mean that white piece of white shipping box?
So this is not the final box, but I'll show you quickly some of the components of the game. And
how much of this have they showed?
Be on the look. What?
How much of this have they shown?
Oh, a lot on their Instagram.
Yeah, they've shown all of it. Yeah, it's all there. They have a playtest video on the on the Kickstarter page. So
great.
I'll show you a couple of the components quickly. I'm not even going to tell you a ton about the game because I'm going to point you to. I'm doing a full playtest video that will be out sometime this week, if not today, in conjunction with this potentially. I don't know, but very soon. Like, be on the lookout for that on our YouTube channel. First of all. Look at what they sent us. They sent us 3 patches, iron-on patches for this is their logo. So for anybody who is not familiar with Keymaster Games, they're so cool. The branding is amazing. So thanks, Kyle and Maddox. But here are some of the components. And this
Maddox is such a cool name. Go ahead.
Oh,
sorry.
It is. I know, but he's a cool dude too.
What's in a name?
Lots of letters. Sometimes family meaning. Were you asking?
Yeah, no, that's a good answer.
So the purpose of the game is you play as a miner, and you are trying to get the most gold in a week. You have a week to collect gold, and at the end of the game, or at the end of the week, whoever has the most gold wins. I'm not going to go into any of the mechanics of it, but I'll show you some of the...
Sounds like quartz from a high level.
It's kind of like quartz, yeah, but the mechanic is totally different.
Sure,
it is still pressure. It's still a pressure luck game, and then it's a people placement game. So each person gets one of these boards.
Great.
Nice.
Yeah, they're great. So the only thing that's different on each board is the color, which denotes the player.
Sure.
Okay. And it has 10 slots. You can see the box has 10 slots.
Yeah.
So what you're doing is you're mining, and then you have to wash out your dirt, what you've mined, the dirt, and then see if you get gold or rocks.
Pan.
Gold is good. Rocks are bad. It's pretty straightforward. The way that you find out is you get these. These are claim tiles. So you put these out in the first 4 days, and then the last 3 days of the week you put out level 2. But on these, there are various images. So if you go here, you can only put characters on these little tiles, these little grassy areas.
Sure.
And that conveys itself on the board as well. But based on the number of those that you go on, is how many of those you get. So there are two different kinds. There is bedrock and there is topsoil. Topsoil is just with a shovel. Bedrock, you have to use the pickaxe. Pickaxe gives you, it's a little bit deeper in the ground and it's higher grades of gold, but more chance for rocks. And topsoil is lower grades of gold, but less chance for rocks.
Sure.
Okay. You can get equipment. The rocks, if you get 2 rocks, it breaks your equipment and you lose it. Equipment gives you bonuses or advantages based on the turn. It all makes sense. There's a saloon that gives you cards that amend the game function. So like this one says use a claim space occupied by another miner. That makes sense once you understand the game. But these are the tokens. Like the playtest quality that they gave is like, it feels like it's a finished game, honestly.
Yeah. Sure.
The artwork is, I think, finished. If not, it's very close to being finished.
Well, that's one thing that Maddox talked about is the importance of having all that stuff have that finished feel, because the people that are supporting it on Kickstarter, they don't get to play it before they buy it. And so you have to give them everything else that you can, since they can't play it.
So here's the board. I'll try to show it to you. Here's what the board looks like.
Yeah, it's nice.
Good.
I hope it's focusing. I can't tell because
it's good. Yeah. Is it like a beige color? That's a bit hard to tell. What's the color?
It looks antique-y. So it says that the board was calendar patented 1894. Everything has
it's just topography. It looks like an overhead view of a map.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like you said, it's antique-y looking, and it's typical, tabletop a board game size.
You move around the side of the board. That's as you keep score, you move all the way around. The first player to 30 ounces of gold wins, or whoever has the most gold after 7 days wins the game. So I'm not going to go, they also gave us this. Small print versions of these. So I'll bring these with me when I come to Chattanooga. So they just sent a whole bunch of goodies.
Those were more Campy Creatures posters for you audio listeners that haven't converted.
Those were Campy Creatures.
Which is Campy Creatures being another Keymaster Games game that we've also talked about on the show.
Yeah. So those are the components. I am insanely impressed with the quality. They got a 3D printer to test things out, and they 3D printed the miners. And the meeples. Once they get enough backers on Kickstarter, those miners will actually be like wooden meeples.
Oh wow, yeah.
But they're 3D printed.
Wait, is that
right
like
now.
A stretch goal?
Yeah, it's one of their stretch goals.
Oh, so you might use that and no one else get to.
It's true, but I think they'll get there. They may already have by the time that this airs. So, the game right now is selling for $29 on their Kickstarter. Totally worth it. Like, the gameplay is fun. It plays rather quickly once you learn the rules. We've played it twice now, and I'll be shooting the playtest video tomorrow. And so I'll get even more opportunity with it. It's a press your luck game. So like as you wash out your dirt to see if there's gold in there. As you go, if you flip one rock, you're fine. If you flip the second rock on one a one chance of cleaning, you will break one of your piece of equipment. So you have to pick and choose when you flip over the tiles to see what's what.
Sure.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but the quality of everything you just showed. So you just showed the meeples, you showed the tokens, the big board, but then also the character boards, the cards, and there's two types of cards. There's the mining cards. There's also the general store, the saloon cards. To me, that looks like what you'd expect in like a $65 game.
Sure.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking this game was going to retail for $60 just based on the components.
Right.
And even the playtest cards are like that textured linen.
They feel like nice cards, actual nice playing cards.
So these are the equipment cards that I just showed you, and then these are the other cards.
Here's
the
love
back.
those.
Here's the back of the card.
No, but flip it back over. They look like you would like an old timey ad.
Yeah.
You would see in like a paper for something like some snake oil. They look great.
It's insanely cool. So and the way the board is laid out, it tells you everywhere to put all the cards in a very cool way. The way the game lays out on the table looks really compelling.
We need to find out how Maddox is selling that for $30. I'm so curious.
So totally worth the $30. I imagine that the box is going to look great, like on the packaging. I just haven't seen the packaging yet, so I imagine the packaging is going to be really nice. They don't have a lot of stretch goals or a lot of like upgrades and things like that right now, so it's worth checking out.
Obviously, the packaging should be one of the sifters. It should just look like a sifting, like a metal tin, or B, a hobo's knapsack. You just throw everything in a knapsack, pull it tight, done. That
would be fun. So we'll see. But anyway, pick it up. You've got Patrick. Are you on there right now?
No, I will.
No, I just don't know if you were on Kickstarter.
No, I don't have it. I don't have it pulled up right now.
I want to say it's 10 days.
So it is. How many days are left on it as of release date?
It is 13 days left.
Yes.
Okay, so you've got just less than 2 weeks to get out there. And like I said, if you're a little skeptical, watch the playtest video. What?
You have about 9 days as of.
9 days from release day. Okay, so you've got a little over a week. Watch my playtest video. It will go over the components in much closer, and you'll see how the game actually plays. Worth every penny of $29. And it looks like when will the game actually be released?
Gosh, I want the second stretch goal, the spot UV and metallic ink.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be insanely cool.
June of 2018 is expected delivery.
A good summer game for you for next year. So, which I just backed another game on Kickstarter that I don't have time to talk about because it's already over anyway, and it won't be out until October of next year. So
yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Kickstarter, I'm always worried about backing games, honestly, because again, you haven't played them, so you don't know how they're going to play. But then also, you don't know if the person has like a track record of actually being able to deliver, right? How many horror stories are there about buying something and never getting it? This is their third game that they'll have backed on Kickstarter. So they've had Control, Campy Creatures, and now Claims of Gold. So you're going to get it on time. It's going to live up to the quality. They have a track record. So I even though, again, this isn't a paid advertisement, but I want to fully endorse what Keymaster is doing because it's good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, get out there and get it. They haven't reached their goal yet. So come on, people. Let's make this thing happen. So that's me. Patrick, why don't you let Luke finish us out?
Yeah, I'd like to sit here quietly. Go ahead, Luke.
So I had
good job on Squared Co. Good job on the podcast.
Oh, thanks, man. I'm listening through yours right now, and so far it's good. I hope you don't screw it up.
Andrew.
And if mine ever airs, mine will probably be okay.
I specifically asked that they don't air it.
Catch up, you know.
We'll see.
So yeah, I had TV and film. I'm talking about there's a new show, new-ish. It's like 4 or 5 episodes in now. It's Marvel. It's a Marvel show. It's called Runaways. Have you guys watched it yet or seen anything about it?
I've seen it on. It's on
Hulu?
Netflix, right? Hulu, and I've seen it, but I've not watched it.
So it's the story of the comic Runaways. Came out in I think the first appearance of 2003, maybe. It's the story of these 6 kids that witness their parents do some bad stuff, and in the midst of that, kind of find out that they have superpowers, and their parents might be part of this evil entity. So that's kind of where we are so far. I'm gonna leave it at that because there's definitely more. Obviously the title, you know what happens, but so far I thought it would be action because it's Marvel. It's not. It's like it's kind of a drama, and it's cool because it's all of these teenagers and these actors. Part of it feels a little cheesy. It's based in LA. So it feels just a little LA-ish, like some of the personalities. But the way that these kids react to seeing their parents do this thing and how they, when they're discovering their powers, everything feels authentic to the reaction of how a teenager would react. And so far, I really like it. There's some of the personalities are a little, like I said, a little off and a little cliche. But so far, I'm in because of the writing and the acting, and it's really good. It's got like an 86, 82 on Rotten Tomatoes right now. It's gotten really good reviews. There's some reviews, obviously, that aren't good, but I think those more of just people don't want to watch a teen drama is a really easy thing to say because it's essentially the show is a drama involving teens, but I think it's more than that. And as the story unfolds and as the show progresses, I think we'll see more like of the superhero stuff come in. But I really like it. So it's worth checking out. It's shot really well. Everything looks good. There's comedy. There's some, obviously drama. There's the way certain characters play together is really cool. Really like, I don't know. It's refreshing. I thought it was going to be cheesy like the first episode. But like halfway through it, I was in. And so I've current on it. I'm 5 episodes in or 4 episodes in, I think. And it's worth checking out. So if you
think
like
Mackenzie would like this?
Yeah. You guys watched
Riverdale.
She's literally watching an episode right now while we're podcasting. She's catching up on a weekly episode.
You guys should watch it. It's cool. It's the bad, maybe not bad. We don't know yet.
I was scanning through it while you're obviously you're talking about it, and I was like scanning through it because I had not heard of it. And I was reading it thinking and you mentioned like the cheesy parts, and I was thinking, oh, Mackenzie would love that. That's right up her alley.
Yeah, it's worth watching. It has some people. The other cool thing is it doesn't have a lot of actors There's people that you recognize from like little things. Like one of the parents, she was on 24 like years ago, and so I recognized her from that. Other characters I've recognized from other little things, like a guy that was on Alias is in it. So it's not a whole bunch of well-known actors, and you have to like push past what you've already seen them in, which is cool. It's like these new characters. It's refreshing.
They can't be typecast because you don't know what kind of type they are yet.
But it looks great, and it's good so far. So
cool. I'm gonna give it a try.
It's better than Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. So
see, in my opinion, that doesn't say very much because I could not get into Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But
exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's the Marvel not action show that's actually decent right now.
Okay, that's good to know.
Okay.
Okay, so I think we're going to be done with this episode, but for now, I think what we're going to do is read some, what are they called? Reviews. And we're gonna
we
speech
just get
jam
them so sparsely, it's hard to remember the name of them.
Hint. You can find all the show notes and links to everything that we talked about in this episode just below us if you're watching this on YouTube or on mof1podcast.com. You can also find an archive on there and so much other stuff. Join us on the Slack channel. Go to mof1podcast.com/Slack to join the conversation there. We're on every platform. Just search MF1 Podcast. Connect with us. We want to hear from you. But if you are not already subscribed on YouTube or on iTunes or Google Play or Stitcher or whatever your podcast subscription service is, go ahead and do that. It helps us out a ton, doesn't take you very much time at all. And then rate and review. And I think Patrick has some queued up for us to read. So we're going to try to do this. This was something we did a long time ago. We haven't done it in a couple of years, bringing back the speech jammer. So if you're a long-time listener of the show, you remember us doing this in the very early stages of this show. But I just felt like it was time. Like, it would just be fun to speech jam this thing. So if you're unfamiliar with what Speech Jammer is, it's an app you can download on your iOS or Android device. And it takes your audio,
oh man,
plays in through your through your headphones, through your microphone, plays it back into your headphones, and at a delay gives you your own voice back into your head. So it causes you to it messes me up pretty bad. So it causes you to hear yourself like a fraction of a second after you talk,
which is enough to totally mess you up.
It's enough to really jack with you. So,
okay, so let me tell you, the reason this is taking me so long to get this to you is I didn't realize I normally use a Mac, right? And so if I want to screenshot something, I do it the lazy way. I don't have an app. I just Command-Shift-4, drag out the thing I need, whatever. I don't know how to do that on a PC. So I'm sitting here.
You have to search for snipping tool.
How do you get to your snipping tool?
Just
I don't
down
know
in
how
the
to
search on the bottom left,
this.
snipping tool.
Where is it at?
In the search, just search for it, snipping tool.
Well, that's assuming
you guys are seeing in real time Patrick learn how to computer.
There's the snipping tool. We have it. Okay, well now I have to pull that back up. It's just there are a couple things, like there's some key presses that I miss. By the way, let me tell you about a great one while I try to look this up and kill some time. If you're in nearly any application that uses tabs, but definitely any browser, if you close a window, oh no, and you need to get it back, Command-Shift-T brings it back.
On PC?
Sure, do Control-Shift-T. But yeah, it reopens the last window that you closed. Very, very helpful because I close things that I need all the time.
That's true.
You do that? Do you throw
what you just
away
heard is a true
too?
statement.
Yeah. So, all right. So here's my snipping tool. I'm going to say new snip. All right. And now I'm going to drag what I want to be snapped.
I'm so glad this is
riveting.
making it to the podcast.
Don't save that snip. I messed up. So now I have to reopen
So while he's doing that, I'll explain. This particular Speech Jammer app, you get to choose what your delay is, how much it's delayed, and you can actually record right there. You can record it.
What are you choosing? Because I have the same. I don't have the same app, but I have the options. Oh, it's so bright.
Yours is so bright. Nope, it's just a flashlight.
All right, so
look at my Speech Jammer app, Luke.
So there we go.
There we go. Okay.
All right, so here you go. I'm not going to tell you who sent this one, but
Okay.
I'm going to let you read it, and then I'll tell you.
Who's reading it?
You are the one being jammed.
Well, Luke put it on too. Is there a second one?
I'll pull a second one.
Okay, pull up the second one, and I'll read this one.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to turn the Speech Jammer on now.
Yeah.
Is it on?
Okay. This podcast is all about appreciating unique abilities and impressions while not getting so serious that you forfeit personality. Does it sound like I'm punching it out?
Yeah.
I realize I have a hard time hearing you. Okay. I'm getting sweaty. Patrick, Luke, and Andrew are insightful, funny, and like a bubble. They interview. Why is it interview in quotations?
That's mean-spirited.
Okay. I can't hear you what you're just saying. They're heroes and key influencers. They are long-time friends and ask insightful questions you wish you had come up with. This podcast is extremely enjoyable. That one was rough. This podcast is extremely enjoyable, informative, and inspiring.
Good job. That's
Did it.
okay, guys. So that's the Speech Jammer.
Whoa.
How did that feel? Because it's been a minute.
It didn't feel as bad. Did it sound bad? I
Yeah.
didn't feel like it was as bad as I have had it before.
Oh no, it for sure was. It was terrible.
It was pretty bad.
I felt like I was just pushing through. Like,
Yeah. Dad, not so.
no way.
Yes.
It wasn't as bad as normal, but it wasn't good.
Yeah.
I felt like it was fine. Like, well, I knew that it was a little, like I was really focused on saying some words, but
Sure.
Enjoyable tripped you up.
enjoyable was hard. That's maybe a hard word anyway.
Yeah, a little bit. All right, so that review comes from our friend SVG, and it was accompanied with a 5-star rating. Luke,
All
you
right.
have the next one.
All right, I'm going to start the Speech Jammer.
How will I know when it's
All
on?
right, I am. Oh, I got to turn it up. I am
This is an old friend for us. We did this way back in
I
episode
am
5.
blown away.
You gotta go for it, man.
Yes. I am blown away by this podcast. From the caliber of the caliber of guests to the laughing so much it hurts. To the information gained, this podcast.
He's gearing up for that word. He's gearing up for it.
This podcast is fantastic.
That's a tough word on a speech jammer.
Listen if you want to be entertained. Yeah. Informed.
It's like Johnny
And
Carson.
And if you like the inside looks into artists and toy designers.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, what an idiot. I didn't sound like that.
No, Luke sounded way worse than you guys. Luke, you did really well for the first half. The first half, it was slow, but man, once you got to fantastic and beyond, you were out of control. And that review comes from Mel.
So I set my speed really short because that's the hardest.
Yeah, that's
like
what I
the
do.
lower delay. Yeah, it's just off enough it just messes with you. So that review comes from Mounds. That was a 5-star as well. So if you listen to the show, if you like the show, number one, you should be subscribing. Join the community. Become a part of it. Start building that community or expanding it in your life. And then on iTunes, rate the show and leave a review. Whatever you rate, review, whatever you say, it's all good, and we're going to read it on the air, and we appreciate it, and we want to respond to it and listen to it and make fun of each other, and that's what we do. Ask us to do Speech Jammer, ask us to do crazy voices, or just if you're lonely, someone leaves your wife's gone for the night, you need someone to talk to, just talk to us on iTunes.
It's getting weird.
Yeah.
That's normal.
That's what we're here for.
That's why we're here. So, yeah, leave a rating and review there. We're on Google Play Store. That's new as of the last, 2 weeks, so subscribe on there. We're on YouTube, obviously. This episode had a lot of visual components, and so make sure that you're watching the episode and seeing all these things. Andrew, take it over.
Yeah, it's way fun. I think we're going to get out of this episode for now, though, because I'm Andrew.
I'm Patrick.
And I'm Luke.
Peace out.
Bye.
Hold on to your beloved bud.